Today we're going up a mountain. So today is the series Walking to the Top, and this time it's the 13th highest mountain, which is Nethermost Pike. We're going to be setting off here in Wythburn car park. Right, so the start of this walk, literally straight out of the car park, you're on the side of the hill, and it's like this pretty much all the way. You'll get out of the trees about maybe 300 meters up, and then if it's windy, which it usually is in this valley, you'll get a nice little breeze to cool you down. Today it's quite warm, so we're going to continue up now and hit the steps. Right, so we've just passed a forest road, and what you do is you carry on straight up past there and carry on up here, and as you can see, the forest is quite dense and it's quite dark at this point. And also be aware, when you've got dense forests like this, you can get a lot of slippy rocks, but for now today it's dry, so I think we'll be fine. Right, so we're just coming through the last deer gate, and just up from here now we'll be coming out of the trees, and you can just start to make out Thirlmere there, and then if you get up higher up there you can see the whole valley. We're getting up to this steep section. It's steep all the way, but so as you can see in the background there, the other side of the valley, this is Thirlmere Valley, and we've got these steep steps all the way now, and they just zigzag all the way up the mountain. But as you can see, even on a low cloud day like today, we've got some nice views. Okay, this is Whelpside Gill. One fun fact about this gill was there was a famous comedian called Steve Coogan that actually got trapped when there was a landslide down here in the floods of 2015, and his Land Rover was stuck down at the bottom, basically right across the road. I think he'd try to get over the rocks and he got stuck, and apparently he was in there all night. Okay, so we're just coming up to the steep part here, and as you notice, there's these little fenced off areas, and these are for wildlife to grow, to stop animals and people from trudging through and stopping the trees and stuff growing. So they're trying to do a bit of rewilding here, and making the place look a bit more as it should. This is a classic Birkshead up the edge here now, and then as you get over the top it starts to level off a little bit, but at the moment we've still got a little bit of a climb to do, and then you sort of cut back on yourself. Okay, so just coming up there, that little section there, it really reminds me of Raise, this, because Raise is on the same sort of stretch of mountains, and after this bit here now, you come up this little steep section, and then you just go up, and just up from here it levels off, and it's easier after this. Just after here, this is where it starts leveling off and becoming a little bit easier. And once you get to this point, you can look back down where you've actually been. So you can actually see how much you've climbed as well. Quite a nice view here. It's quite good for a picnic here, because you get some little ledges you can sit on. But we're going to carry on, onwards and upwards. And you can see some people there and some people just up there, and that's where the path goes. Okay, this is that little level section that I was on about. You can just look back now and you can see that steep section that you just climbed up, and then on here now. So if you're a bit uneasy, there's nothing worse than this bit here, and pretty much like this all the way to the top now. So this section here looks like it's going to get some work done. These dumpy bags here with these big rocks in, these have all been dropped off by helicopter, and literally each bag probably weighs about a ton, and you can just see them. They've dropped them off here, so they must be starting to improve this section here, just because it's a little bit jagged and a bit worn. Okay, So we're now officially in the clouds. It's quite a wispy cloud at the minute, so it's on and off. Before you couldn't see the bottom of the lake there before. But yeah, so pretty much all you have to do now is follow this, and it does dogleg back on itself to get to the top. And then we'll be there. We definitely are in the clouds now. There we go. Visibility is about 50 meters now. So we've got the trusty sat nav out, and it's guiding us to the top. Well, we can follow the path really, but we're going to use this as well. Right, so we took a little shortcut following this thing, and we wouldn't have found the top without it. So there's the peak of Nethermost Pike. Okay, right, we just checked the forecast, and it looks like we've got storms coming up from, at the moment they're in Liverpool. So we've got about an hour or so to get off the mountain. So we're going to have to get going and get out of this bit. I mean, it looks lovely at the moment, but it's going to get a lot worse if we don't get off now. Right, so we're coming down now. We've dropped down 863 meters, and we're still not out the clouds, so they must have dropped down, and it's probably because these storms are coming our way, so the clouds are getting a lot lower now. In fact, we're almost above the clouds at the minute at some point. Okay, so we're just dropping down this section now. As you've seen coming up, this part here, we're still in the clouds, and we're dropping down lower. We're currently at 815 meters. So hopefully when we get down about another 10 or 15 meters, we'll be out of the clouds. Right, you know you're getting down when you get to these zigzags here. Funnily enough, when you're climbing up them, you don't notice them as much, but when you're coming down them, you can certainly see them. And you can see them on the map as well, so you can use them as a sort of guide, a reference of where you are when you're looking at the maps. Right, so we've just come down the hard bit section up there, and we're just making our way down this bit now, so hopefully we should be down in about half an hour. Right, now we're just down to the last section before we hit the woods, just by here. In the wet, this section can be quite almost like a river. You can see these bits on this side here where the water's coming off, and it comes into here, and this is all yeah, it does get quite wet. But today, I mean, it has rained recently and it's been quite bad, but I think it does run away quickly once it is running. But like I say, if it is, it does get a bit wet all the way down here. Right, this is coming up to the end of the walk, and you can usually hear the road first, and then once you're next to this river, you can easily tell that you're back. Right, and that's it. That's been the 13th highest mountain in England. We got up and down there in about 4 hours, which was quite easy to go up and down, obviously in the clouds and everything. This has been Lost in the Lakes, and we'll see you in the next one.